What's up, Squared Nation? Welcome back to No Counters, No Combos, and I'm coming to you from my mobile command center. Is what I've gotten accustomed to calling it. I know this video has taken me quite some time to put out, so I apologize for the delay. I honestly just haven't found the time to do it, which is not a good excuse, but it's a valid one. I mean, stuff happens, so I figured I have some downtime right now. Might as well give you guys what it is that you've been waiting for since last week. So we're talking some tech. I mean, I know it's not Tuesday, but we're still talking tech here at No Counters, No Combos. And today, what we're going to be talking about is Bad Ring Laser. Over the past weekend, we had a pre-regional or a prelim, whatever you want to call it, at Pepe Brothers Gaming. And a lot of people were playing SS3 Yellow Blue, or SS3 Storm or Swap, or whatever it is you want to call it. Yellow Blue SS3. Shout out to Jordan Markle. He was the one that won the event. But I would say there was a good number of people playing Yellow Blue SS3. And I did see sprinkled in those lists Bad Ring Laser. Now, Bad Ring Laser is a card from set 1. It's a yellow counter. It's the only card in the game that has that counter interaction where you can actually negate your opponent's counter, which is really devastating. You know, a good timed or a perfectly timed Bad Ring Laser could essentially destroy your opponent's strategy. So why is Bad Ring Laser getting so much more play right now? Well, I'll tell you why. Everybody's running yellow. I mean, Bardock and Goten are just taking the meta by storm right now, and Goten's probably one of the best battle cards in the game because you get so much value off of that one card. It's ridiculous. You don't really have to hardcast it. You can swap it in with the mechanic off Bardock, and then you just swing for 10k. So it pressures unawakened leaders and looks at top 3 and adds any card, and you put the rest at the bottom of the deck. So it filters through your deck very efficiently. So with yellow comes Nimbus. Nimbus is the best negate in the game. Tapping 1 yellow energy, discarding a yellow card, and essentially only giving your opponent 2 or 3 attacks max. Kind of gives you another opportunity to survive. And if you combo that with a blocker or like a Roshi negate, you're going to put yourself in a good position. Now, a lot of people hold on to their Nimbuses until the end of the game because they want to make sure that, they survive like a big onslaught. So sometimes, you'll swing in with a Scientist Fu, or you'll swing in with your leader and they'll drop a Nimbus, giving you only 1 more attack. So a lot of people are holding their Nimbuses for the late game. Now, the good thing about Bad Ring Laser is if you're using it for your advantage, you can negate that 1 Nimbus and probably keep them tapped out. I mean, normally people are going to leave maybe 1 or 2 energies open, but if they only leave 1 energy open up for yellow for a Nimbus, which would be 1 yellow energy, and you negate that Nimbus, essentially there's nothing else that they can do. They've committed that 1 yellow energy to play Nimbus to negate your attack to ensure survival, but they've now tapped themselves out. So by you negating it with Bad Ring Laser, they cannot respond to that, first of all. Second of all, they can no longer continue to combo with plus 110Ks. So it's either going to be you have to have a lot of 5Ks in the hand to combo out, or you got blockers on board or something like that. But a well-timed Bad Ring Laser can destroy your opponent, especially in the later game. The other reason Bad Ring Laser is good is because it negates other cards besides Nimbus. So, for example, if you're playing a yellow blue deck or any type of yellow variant, and you're playing Bad Ring Laser in the main, and you're going up against green, we all know everybody who's playing green is using full power energy. So they're trying to kill your Bardocks on board before you can establish a presence and start swapping in and out. So if you have the access to Bad Ring Laser early game and you can negate their full power energy, then your combo is going to go off without any interruption, which is what you want, essentially, to progress your game state. Also, Pilaf, group leader Pilaf, has seen a recent resurgence in the meta because of the ability to negate the swap key skill, which essentially stops Bardock from swapping in a Goten. Same thing, Bad Ring Laser can stop that too. If you choose to attack with your Bardock, your opponent throws down, they tap a blue and they play Pilaf, and you Bad Ring that, they just tapped out their blue energy, so they don't have it. They no longer have access to Nimbus, to Senzu Bean. And if you're doing it early enough in the game, and they just leave that one energy open for that negate, and they tap it out, that's essentially going to put you in a really good spot, because you're going to do a lot of damage. You're going to cycle through your deck. You're going to put your threats on board, possibly awaken, and then next turn they're just going to be charging their second energy. And there's really not much that you can do with just 2 energy in this game, unless you're playing a low-cost aggro strategy. So Battering Laser is our tech talk of the week. If you guys are playing yellow, try to find space in the main deck for it. Maybe 1 or 2 copies. You don't need to go crazy. I also know that a lot of people are not playing Frieza leaders or Frieza army leaders to have access to Cold Bloodlust. But Bloodlust is another example of a card that Battering Laser can stop. You know, if you run across that rogue Mecha Frieza player and they drop a Cold Bloodlust on you, and they choose to tap an energy for it because Mecha Frieza's errata only allows you to use that skill once per turn, if they choose to tap out that yellow energy and you battering that Cold Bloodlust, then your effects are going to go through no matter what, and you're going to be able to continue your plays. Battering Laser affects a lot of cards in the meta, especially counter cards. Crusher Ball, Cold Bloodlust, Nimbus, Whis Coercion, Unending Awakening, Topo. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Anything that has the counter key skill, Battering Laser is going to stop. I would like to see in the future more cards like this that interact on your opponent's turn, especially like counters, because the only ones we have right now is Battering Laser. So I would like to see something more specific, like counter battle, counter play, you know, maybe counter combo. That would be interesting. If they made a card that was a counter to your opponent's combo, where, you know, if your opponent attacks, you don't negate it, you know, or whatever, and then they go to combo, the minute they place their first combo card, you can counter that combo and maybe either like send it to the drop or send it to the warp, and they can no longer combo up. That would be interesting to see. I mean, we don't really have that type of counter interaction in the combo phase, so it would be cool to see something like that where you can counter your opponent's combos. Similar to like a Jocko or like a Kibito Kai, but you're not putting the card back in their hand. You're essentially just sending that card to either the drop or the warp and then ceasing the combo phase. Kind of how Nimbus kind of stops your opponent from continuing to attack. This card could potentially stop your opponent from continuing to combo, which would be a good answer to like a combo evolve ape or something like that, like something that you can evolve, you know, by comboing it. That would be interesting, you know, if you drop that on there. I don't know, but it would be cool to see more counter cards, because I don't think there's a lot. We're obviously not going to ever get another Bloodlust. That's just going to stay the way it is. I don't think they're ever going to give access to a powerful card like that to every single archetype or color in the game. So if you guys really like Bloodlust and you like playing anti-meta and negating your opponent's effects, you're going to have to play a Frieza Army Leader. And it's just not really relevant right now because Cronoa just completely poops all over Shugesh. So much so that Cronoa is not even being played, but people are just scared to play Shugesh. But I digress. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about Battering Laser. How do you feel about it? Would you like to see any more counter cards in the meta, or, you know, being developed by Bandai in the future, maybe with set 5? Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You can check us out on all our social media platforms that you can see right here to my left. We got Patreon, Discord, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you in the next one. Be there or be squared.